Hey folks, we're here at the Christopher Martin Gallery in Vail Village, just across from the Sonnenalp, and we're surrounded by some photos that, may look a little bit different. Rodeo, but not in a ring, kind of doing some work here. I'm here with Steve Wrubel. He is the phenomenal artist behind this work. Steve, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Well, thanks for doing this. This is fantastic, and I love getting to talk about this stuff. I had an idea to shoot rodeo about 2.5 years ago, but I was so taken by a documentary film I saw that everything was in slow motion and leather and power and dirt and snot, and I knew I wanted to go, give it a go and see if what I do. I like to photograph things, take the background out so you focus on the subject. That's really what's happening in all this.
Absolutely.
There's no rodeo clowns, there's no Wrangler, there's no
big logos in the background, anything
because
like that.
What's happening in these split seconds in the middle of an 8-second ride just blows my mind. And I call all that other stuff visual pollution. Your eyes drawn to some guy with a beer or a rodeo clown. But if you take that all away and you can look at a 2,000th of a second of what's happening inside that whole chaotic, kinetic moment.
What I was struck by as I look at the artwork is the humanity of the animals here. You can really see into their eyes and the physicality of it. Tell me more about the process of, because you're maybe 10, 15 feet away from.
Well, it all depends.
Different
lenses, and it depends which arena I'm at. Sometimes I get to go down in the dirt and. When I was at this rodeo, I got hit by a horse. The guy bucked off, and the horse came around and knocked me off the wall and busted my lens.
You're very involved. You're in there
it's
the art.
Such an incredible, that's part of it. In order to really understand what is happening in there by being in the dirt with them, fearing people die in rodeo. They get busted up, they break their backs, and that could happen to me. So that adrenaline I get from that is definitely part of it and helps me understand that intimate, really it's like a dance between the rider and the horse. And when I'll shoot a rodeo, and over the course of a single rodeo I may shoot 7,000 photographs. And then if I get one that I end up using for a show, that's a winter rodeo.
Absolutely.
I got a good one, but so I'll look through all those images, and there has to be a balance between what's happening with the rider and the horse, the bronc. With a lot of these images, if you looked at the image right before it or the image right after it, maybe it just looks like a ho-hum thing, like the horse is going around a merry-go-round, and it doesn't work at all.
Right.
So it's got to be that moment where both the rider and the horse are at the outside of the envelope of. The horse is trying to get the guy off, the guy's trying to stay on. It's a paradox and this struggle.
And you can really feel the energy.
So it takes a long time to figure out that one exposure out of the multitude.
Absolutely. And so I know that your work is presented here now in Vail.
Yeah.
And
glad to be here. So excited.
Yeah. And you're also in the Aspen Christopher Martin Gallery, the Dallas and Houston. What do you really hope people take away from looking at your art?
Well, obviously this moment, but what this moment reflects is, and I'm still, as I talk to people about the work, you get some guy from New York who's never seen a horse in his life, and you get some guy who's worked on a ranch his whole life, and they're both drawn to these images. So it's really a sociological experiment to try, what is it that is hitting people? What is it about this? Because it's not just yeehaw Wild West. There's something about the frontier and the American myth and all that stuff. There's something in there that has really drawn people to these pieces.
So if you want to find out more about Steve Wrubel's work and just taking in more of this artwork, you really experience for yourself, be sure to check him out here at the Christopher Martin Gallery in Vail Village. Like I said, it's just across from the Sonnenalp, and you can check out all of this, really get the vibe of the Wild Wild West here in Vail. Steve, thanks so much
for
taking the time to chat with us.
Let's ride.
There we go.